Welcome, Maureen. It is so great to be with you today. Welcome to our audience who's going to be watching our video. And we are here to share the world's best kept secrets with each other and with the world. So let's just say hello here to Marene Downs. And Maureen, will you share with our audience a little bit about you?
Thank you for having me, inviting me, and being so instrumental in my life. It's a pleasure. What was the question?
Tell us about you.
I am, just hearing that. I am an artist, a painter, canvas, houses. I'm an artist in every aspect. Uh, I've always been, I came out that way. I came out and a creator, an artist. I see things differently. I experience things differently, unusually. That's who I am. Yeah, man.
Beautiful. Yes, you are. You are an amazing, beautiful, creative artist. Thank you, Maureen. So tell me, Maureen, tell our audience, what brought you to do soul work? What drives your internal growth work?
What brought me here was discombobulation.
Mm,
I always discombobulated. Didn't know it at the time. You know, this is hindsight, discombobulated, um, unorganized, confused. I want to say felt lost. I wasn't lost, but I felt lost, striving for something more, wanting something more from uh, how I was showing up, who I was for myself. I felt not complete, not completely me, not completely formed. Searching and striving, which is that's an uncomfortable place to be for more than a month, and this was decades. So, you know,
yeah.
the, that kind of feeling was expanded, and I came across a friend recommended your Wednesday night transmissions, and something. It wasn't an absolute click because I don't recall it being immediate, but it was enough of a click. I was like, this is interesting. This is sparking something in me. I'd like to follow this further.
So then let's talk more about that journey. So you followed it. You came into the Wednesday nights and you started to have the experience of the structure of one there, and you wanted to go further. And I know shortly thereafter, I opened up the possibility of having your soul languages done and joining into the Adventure to Your Self-Mastery class. So will you share about that for you, how you got in and engaged with that and your experience there?
Well, the transmissions was something new. I've always, equated transmissions with a car. So I was like, well, what exactly is this? We're going to this woman is going to do transmissions, which is different than meditation. And I'd been sporadically successful at meditating. Didn't find a lot of value in that. So being through your transmissions, which actually has nothing to do with vehicles at all, brought me to a quiet space, a peaceful place where I didn't have to try and do anything. I didn't have to try and get to a meditative level. I didn't. Your words specifically were, you don't have to do anything. Your soul will work for you. Huh. And it did. Because I came out of there feeling differently. Now, it wasn't a fireworks and rainbows and, hey, this is all like that kind of change, but it was enough to be more intrigued. Like I could get into doing this on a daily basis. Like, wouldn't this be interesting to shift into a new way of experiencing myself and the world? And yeah, you opened up the Adventures to Your Self Mastery, which is a year-long course. And I was like, well, crap, I don't know if I want to do a whole year. That sounds like a really big commitment to myself. Like, can I show up for a year of this? So a year's a lot of times. That's 52 weeks of being in the same place at the same time, doing the same thing. And the cost. Like I had a lot of reasons I could have used to not do this. I had plenty. And it was the sense of connecting with you, your gentleness, the way you present in an honest, I don't want to overuse soul-felt, heartfelt way, but that's what it was. I felt a connection, a vibe with you. That wasn't browbeating. It wasn't threatening. It wasn't a hierarchical thing like I am the Sonya. What is it? Johnny Carson used to do the Carmack. It wasn't that. It was like I got a sense of you genuinely caring and being a master here, a master at what you do.
Mm.
And I was drawn to that, and I figured it out. I figured out how to say yes to myself in this. I'll figure out the finances. I'll figure out how to show up, and oh, son of a crap, it wasn't that hard. Turns out it wasn't that hard. And I signed up for me. I signed up for me through you. And it has been one of the most important, evidential, transformational experiences of my existence. Is the best thing I did for myself.
And the experience of going through the year-long program with Mastery.
Boom. So that's the cool part. It wasn't anything like I thought it would be. Well, let's get rid of expectations. I learned so many lessons, real-time, real-life lessons. Get rid of my expectations, the sense of community, the sense of all these other people coming together and sharing their selves, their not just who you are now, but how you got here, your struggles, your challenges, your experiences, which mirrored mine. I'm like, oh my gosh, hey, I'm not the only one. Hey, like I'm not the only one who's not perfect. And that word gets thrown around. I'm perfect, whole, and complete. We're not perfect. We're perfectly us. But the sense of other people have shortcomings. I have shortcomings. I have flaws that are simply there because I've told myself. The sharing of community that had my back through words. This was all through video at COVID. Well, we jumped in at COVID stark. What a better place for this to kick off in the midst of challenges beyond a lot of comprehension. We chose this time, you and me, all of us in that class, to experience ourselves in a new way. I'd already decided before meeting you that I was not going to have COVID, the pandemic, everything that went around the pandemic, my experience. I chose to indulge in, jump into myself, into my world, and how I wanted to experience that within the limitations of the mandates and the possibilities and the structures that were around us to keep us all safe and possibly disconnected. I did not allow that. I wasn't allowing that for myself. I'm gonna stay in as much joy as I can, as much connection as I can. And here this comes. It's what a perfect time. People from all over the world, different places in the country were coming together. And that sense of community really tied me, didn't tie me down, tied me together solidly in this space where we shared everything. Sometimes in a vulnerable way, sometimes in it just this is what's happening. And how do we dive more into ourselves, not just for myself, but for other people. How can I show up? How do I show up? The soul languages were a great help in identifying, even though I was reluctant on at least one of them. I do show up as a negotiator. I do experience as a problem solver, and I am soothsayer. And being able to tie all these together and experience them through the community of class and through you. I don't see you so much as a teacher, as a guide, a guiding light. Yes, I'm going there. As a guiding light, how do we navigate? Well, I can't navigate in the dark because I've done that my whole life, navigating, feeling my way. It's like feeling my way through myself and my life experiences. And I saw you as a guiding navigational light that I'm choosing. It's not being forced upon me. It is not, I didn't see it as an all answer, the answer to all of the difficulties in my life, but it is a way to navigate through this part. And through the class, it turns out it wasn't just me and this part, it was expansive. Other people showed up in communication with me and how I was being, allowing me to struggle through it, because this was not an easy journey for me. It wasn't a smooth sailing, like, oh, this is it and this is how you go. No, man. I showed up in all kinds of ways. I fought, I struggled. I'm still negotiator a little bit. But it was the allowing, the acceptance, the tolerance, the cheerleading, the support, the understanding and love from a bunch of people made a significant difference in how I experienced every day outside of class, outside of my tribe, into the greater community of the world, the planet, the country, and people I encounter. It's changed. It's changed about every aspect of how I experience me, which is extended to how I experience and think about things outside of myself. It's been an incredible journey, and I'm still learning.
Thank you.
I didn't get fixed here. I didn't get fixed here. I didn't get solved here. I got discovered here. I got to discover how I was operating in hindsight and able to bring that forward into how I get to choose how I want to be going forward from here on. And it's made a remarkable, extraordinary difference for my sense of being calm. There's a quietness in our souls that has always been there, but other stuff is louder. And to be able to get quiet enough to have just a sense of my true being, who I was before I was brought to this planet, the energy of me, the vibration of me. Oh my gosh. The vibration of me, and experiencing that, not just when I'm with you, not just through transmissions, but every day, mundane things, I find myself vibrating, humming, buzzing, purring like a kitten. And being able to feel that means I've quieted down enough in my experience of being human that I can hear it, I can feel it. And that brings tremendous peace of mind, of joy.
And I just want to say yes, and so beautiful. And this is a newer experience within the last, I don't know, month or so, that you're really starting to experience that vibrational you, in the multiple aspects of you, in the mundane to the magical. It's all showing up there. And just for our viewers, all of this happened really in a seamless way. Like I don't create these shares. I open the shares in the class for you to share. I give a lot of sharing time, and I don't make anybody share. It's not like a forced share. People share of themselves freely and willingly or not. And I allow people to show up who they are. And the work is really being done by the transmissions, by the soul. The soul is what's helping you to continually grow you. I just keep directing you in that way into opening to that greater experience of your soul within yourself, just for clarity for our viewers' sake. And yes, and you're now in the second year with me with the adventure to your legacy and experiencing this vibrational you, and yeah, how magical you are. So thank you on that. um,
I would like to speak into the sharing. And you're right, you don't mandate that people have to speak and share. But I learned before you the importance of sharing. And and I also, in case I forget, I want to emphasize the importance of sharing with you. So I do not know. Nobody knows when you open your mouth to express an experience, an opinion, whatever it might be, although opinions are iffy, how they affect somebody, who they affect. And you never know. We have these nuggets. Well, everybody has these nuggets of import that land on people in different ways. Some people significantly, some people a little bit, but you never know how it's going to affect somebody, change somebody, shift somebody's perception. So speak it, say it. I rarely ever edit myself. I've done here a little bit because I do tend to use the word. No, I won't say it. I just saw you like pale it a little bit. But here I am. I do use some unacceptable words, and I have been, I am aware of that. But who you are, how it comes through is infinitely important to you. Don't know who, you don't know, so throw it out there. Whoever you are, somebody needs to see you. It's important for somebody to hear what you might say, your opinions on something, your insight, how it affected you. That's important. After coming and sharing with you, I am less edited than ever. I get to show up fully me. 98% of the times, it's really acceptable and it's important. And that 2%, and it's probably less than 2%, it doesn't matter if it misfires, because what's coming through me now in a connection to soul is not the physical. It is something deeper than my human awareness. Is that important for people to hear? Perhaps, probably, most likely, and maybe. And it's in that maybe that lies the most important reason to speak your truth. Doesn't matter if somebody else agrees with it. It doesn't even matter if nobody gets it. What's important is that maybe is paid attention to. That maybe somebody gets to hear this. Somebody wants to hear this perspective. And it's necessary. And all of us have that. Each one of us have those nuggets. It doesn't matter what your language is. It doesn't matter how far along you've come in whatever journey that you're on. We all have these nuggets, and damn you for keeping them from me. How dare you keep your light, your gems, your nuggets from me? I want to know them. I want to hear them. And that has given me tremendous freedom to scatter my nuggets, and wherever they land, they're going to land. And I'm not attached to if they don't or if they do, because I may never know. We'll never know how significant you are. I am, we are, to the world in general. We have, that's incomprehensible to even, go down the numbers game with you, Sonya, on that. The statistics of it's overwhelming. So trust in myself, trust in being led by my soul, that not just me, but we all have nuggets. And I want to hear, it's necessary. I've grown so much from people sharing their truths with me and giving me another perspective, another way of making sense of myself and the world. Was that long-winded? I don't care.
And
So
you
yeah, the
wanted,
community sharing, yeah, and the legacy is, well, I don't want to say diving deeper. I don't feel it's diving deeper. I feel like it's an extension. How do I want to be remembered? My energy remembered, and it all comes down to that energy, right? I think, I believe, how we make other people feel. I'd like people to be able to feel my energy, my influence, my input into my lifetime reverberates long after the physical is done with me. What do you do for that? How responsible am I going to be for that? What do I want it to be? You can choose all parts of that. And this I learned from being in class with you and being in connection with you. And maybe that word connection has been a little bit overused as well, but being in harmony, being in harmony with these different energies that have different faces and bodies and ways of thinking, being in harmony with all that. That sounds like that would be a really cool, vibrant, enhancing, enriching place to exist. And being part of that has been extraordinary for me. Humbling. I still struggle with different aspects. This journey has not been, I said, has not been a slide, but I've worked, I've stayed, I've worked. It takes attention. It takes humility. It takes truth in myself. And you know me, I'm messy. I am not clean and tidy and wrapped in a bow. And feeling, knowing that that is the best way I can be a gift to myself and to others has been a cornerstone for me. I don't get to judge how I show up. I just show up.
you
That's
wanted
free.
to, you wanted to speak into sharing with me too. You said that.
Sharing. I thought I had touched on that.
With me, was there something you wanted to add specifically with sharing with me, or if not, that's okay. Just my misunderstanding there.
Yes. So sharing with Sonya is a safe place. You create this space, you say it up front, you create this, you invite to do or not to do. Your ways of being, I think there's a maternal, earthy sense about you that I've gotten from day one. The non-judgment, the acceptance, the tolerance, the openness. What better place to share when there is that, the safety aspect of it. I did not feel like any part of me was in fight or flight. I was in danger, was in compromise with you. And I don't think that's unique just to you and me. I don't sense that. It was a beautiful experience. It was like, oh my gosh, here's this person being a person. You are a person. Sharing with you is because you share your genuineness with us, with me, with us. I am speaking about my experience. I also know from other people that it is a we. But there's a genuineness of you that comes through. What do I mean by that? You show you show your learning, your trips, your cleaning up, your own brilliance and humility, where you have a path in front of you to still travel, and it's not always simple and easy and what is it, kittens and rainbows and, that kind of stuff. It's not, but you show up as in your human form so that I can relate in my human form to you. And in that little cupcake of all that, yeah, there's the icing of you. There's your gift, your purpose that you say right out loud where it comes from, who it is, and you prove that through being honest, not trying to be who you're not. You have off days too, and you have beautifully connected, like it's magic with you. Or you tap into this well of Sonya's soul. And I wasn't even sure what that soul word actually meant straight off the bat, but there it is in you. This is your gift to the planet. Is what's always been in you, and your desire to share and expand and have other people experience this way of just doing themselves in the world. There are workshops I've taken, there's trainings I've taken where I see part of a person who is leading the group, who is in training or in guidance. And the difference with you is I feel that humanity within you and all that it entails. You show up with your humanity and your divinity. And how you do those two together, I don't need to find out why, but I know I experience it as that. I've never felt judged by you. I felt accepted. In all we fought, or my soul fought stuff with you. My humanness, my ego fights with you. And the depth of your soul is your acceptance of this and letting me be that. And letting me be in a loving space that I can discover for myself. I get to clean up. Imagine that, like I can fuck up and clean it up in the same day. I don't have to carry this shit with me for decades because of the strength and the purpose of who you show up on this planet, this time, this lifetime with me. Your tolerance, your acceptance, your shining light. The truth of who you are in any given moment makes me feel like I can connect with you, and I do connect with you on an equal level. We're all fucked up here. We're all a little mad. We're all very stunning and magnetic and, have heart sparkles just all over the place. And we get to be it all. That acceptance from me allows more freedom in who I'm stepping into becoming, and how just by doing that gives permission to other people. What do I mean by permission? It gives permission for people to show up regardless of how they think about themselves or what fears they have. And you just get to be wonderfully and fully whoever you are. That freedom for me, I just took a breath, has let me breathe into myself in a way that I had never experienced before.
Thank you.
You kiss everybody's soul, Sonya, before they even know that it's been kissed.
I love that. Maureen, let's wrap this up for our group and let our audience know, how can they kiss your soul and get to know more of you? Will you share how they can find you and your amazing artwork that you're here to bring into the world through your soul's expression?
Sure. So go to astral traveling, which is like your own self out of body experience. Now I'm fucking with you. I don't even know how to do that. But that sounds cool, right? Oh, you just show up. Like spirit has an energy ball. That would be cool. I have a website, Marene Originals Artist. I'm on the same on Instagram, on Facebook, Marene Originals Art or Artist. It could be one or the other. And on Facebook, where most of my my artwork and who I am is Marene Downs on Facebook, because the algorithms for my business page that forced me to go to something a little bit more accessible. That's Marene Originals, ORIGINALS art.com. Marene Downs, MARENE DOWNS. And what a pleasure, a privilege, a pleasure, an honor to be here, exalting you. You're worth it. You've
Thank
been instrumental in my personal and soul growth. I couldn't be more proud and grateful.
Thank you so much, Maureen. And I'm just going to share to reach out to me. It's IAM at soulformed.com, SOULFORMED.com, or just go to soulformed.com for more information. And Maureen, it's always an honor, and it has been a journey, and we have had our challenges where you've wanted to jump out and you really didn't want to jump out, and we've had those conversations, and yeah, you found your way through continually, and you don't fight yourself like you used to, and I'm so grateful for seeing that growth and seeing that grace and ease flow through you. And it's my honor to work with you as well. And thank you. And we welcome more into our Soul Formed community, because we love this soulful world and the experience that we have together, the two of us, as well as the group of us that comes together on regular basis. So thank you so much, Maureen, and thank you to our audience for watching all the way through, and check out Maureen's stunning artwork. And
Mahalo, nui loa.
yeah.
So much gratitude from my core, my heart. So appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Much love.
So much love.